Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A video with some questions that you all have sent me on one of my last videos. And we're also going to have a giveaway in today's video, so stay tuned till the end to find out how you can win. For the giveaway today, we have 3 Fenty Beauty products. I got these in a boxy charm, but they're shades that won't work for me, so I figured I'd give them to one of you guys who could enjoy them. The first item we have is the Kilowatt highlighter, and that's in the shade Trophy Wife. And then we have a Mademoiselle Plush Matte Lipstick in the shade Shoddy. A Matchstick Shimmer Skin Stick, which is kind of like a stick highlighter, and it's in the shade Unicorn. And then we have by Caress a Water Lily Blossom Body Butter, and this is a big tub of this. It's 7.95 fluid ounces. By Deborah Lippmann, we have 2 nail polishes called Fire on the Horizon and Can't Stop the Filling. It's like a red and a pink. Then we have by Opulent Beauty a 3-piece brush set. It comes in this bag. And they have one that is a flathead brush, which is kind of like just a flat top brush you could use for foundation or whatever you want, really. And then they have one that's called a bullet brush. Would be great for powder under the eyes or even highlight. And then one that's more like a powder brush, and it's called Powder. I will also stick in there an Ipsy bag, just a little cute makeup bag here. Nude pink shade with a kind of a teal green. And then it says Unstoppable on the inside when you open it, which is pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead now and get into the questions. The first question is, what is your 2020 goal? Well, the virus and everything going on has kind of thrown things off a little bit for everybody, I'm sure. Some worse than others. But I would say that my 2020 goal is to be more consistent with my uploads onto YouTube. I try to do them once a week at least on Sundays. There are some weeks where I skip, so I'd like to get on more of a set schedule to where I know for sure I'm going to have that video coming for you guys every week, every Sunday. And then, who is your favorite beauty guru? I would say Tati. I would say Tati. Tati Westbrook. I would say that she's my favorite. I find her to be one of the more honest and truthful YouTubers, so that you know when you're watching one of her reviews, then she's most likely telling you the truth. She doesn't do sponsorships or anything like that. You don't see her doing ads like a lot of them do, so I feel that someone like that is someone you know you can trust. Their review. They're not getting anything in return for what they're saying, so I do find her to be one of my favorite. And just her overall personality, I really enjoy too. What is your favorite product that you've been using every day? Product I use every day. I would say, I actually have it here where I used it today. I would say the Sunday Riley Brightening Enzyme Water Cream. I use that every morning as my morning moisturizer, and I like it because it's in a gel form. If you can see, I'll show you here. A jelly moisturizer. And I just love the way it leaves your skin feeling. It's not greasy at all, and it's not like a heavy cream that's going to clog your pores. And it has a very nice spa type of scent to it, which I like. I don't like when they get like floral scents into your moisturizers. I just don't care for that. But that one I've really been enjoying and been using it every day, every morning. Then we had again, who's your favorite makeup vlogger? Well, as far as like beauty videos, it would be Tati. As far as vlogs goes, I do want to mention What Would Lizzie Do? her vlogs I really enjoy, but I also enjoy her beauty content as well. So she's one of my top favorites too, but as far as vlogs go, she would be the favorite. And then I also enjoy Diana and Jose's vlogs and Casey Holmes vlogs, but Lizzie's I enjoy the most. And I would say I like Lizzie's vlogs because she's just her true self. You don't get that fake, oh, everything is perfect vibe like you get from a lot. And also, one of my goals or dreams within the next few years is to move to California. So I do enjoy watching people who live in California too. It just kind of inspires me more, and you know, seeing how the day-to-day goes there and everything, and it really inspires me to reach for that dream even more. It's just so beautiful over there with the beaches. We try to go every year, and we're hoping to move within the next 2 years at the most. So that's another reason why. And I just enjoy her and Glenn's relationship too. I just really like them as a couple, and like I said, they're down to earth and they're not trying to be something that they're not. The next question is top 5 items that you love buying from Primark. I may not even be saying that right, but unfortunately I don't have a Primark nearby. I believe that if I'm thinking correctly, that's something that they have in other countries, but we don't have it in the US. I could be wrong, but I know there's none anywhere near me. Next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, on the positive side, thinking that everything goes as planned, then I would hope to be in California in 5 years. That's the ultimate goal at this point, is to move, which would be cross country for us. So it would be a big one, but as long as everything goes as planned, that's where we'll be. And hopefully YouTube will continue to grow for me and become something more than what it is now. If you are a YouTuber, then you know the struggle to get the growth is really hard, because you do have those bigger YouTubers that are already established. They have all the fancy equipment and everything that's hard to obtain, especially when you're first starting out. So hopefully in California and my YouTube is succeeding more. Next question is, what is your favorite shade of lipstick? I would say anything with a pink, nude, or peachy undertone. One of my favorites right now is Jeffree Star Mannequin, which I have on today. Next question is, what made you start a beauty channel? I would say that I started watching makeup YouTube videos about 10 years ago or so, give or take. Started off watching some of the OGs like Marlena, Emily Noel, Tati, and I kind of learned makeup from them. I was doing makeup before, but it was just your basic powder, foundation, eyeshadow, and mascara and eyeliner. It wasn't anything else. So watching them really inspired me to get into makeup, and then I just have a general knack for like teaching or mentoring people. That's my full-time job. I do is a mentor, and I just really like helping people succeed in whatever it may be. So I thought that getting on YouTube and sharing some of the stuff that I learned and tips that I continue to learn every day, as we all do, to get on and help people learn like I was learning from them back in the day, and still learn today from those same women. Just something that I thought would be cool to do. And when you can help someone feel better about themselves, that's always cool too, in my opinion. And what is your favorite brand? I don't think I have a favorite. No, I wouldn't say I have a favorite. I mean, I have a few I use a lot of, like Too Faced, Tarte, Smashbox, different ones, but not just one favorite. Next question is your holy grail makeup item that you cannot do without. Holy grail. I would say the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. It's something kind of new still, but I love it. It does not cake up, it doesn't leave my under eyes dry, it lasts all day, and it's hard to find a concealer that does all of those things. So I would say right now that would be my holy grail. Next question is, what high-end makeup brands do you think are not worth it? Well, I don't know. I think that there are some things that are really overpriced. I mean, they're pretty good, but the prices are just nonsense in my opinion. Like maybe Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona, things like that. Viseart, just the prices of their palettes and items are just unbelievable in my opinion, and I would never find myself spending that much on a makeup item when you can get just as good usually at a lower price point. So even with high-end brands, but they're not that pricey, you know, like your Tarte, Too Faced, Smashbox, everything like that, in that price range, I feel you can get the same quality without paying double or triple the price of what you're paying for those. And you can also find drugstore items that are just as good, that may be, you know, 10 or 15 bucks. So I just think it's unnecessary. And then the second part of her question is the same with the low price brands. So low price brands, I don't know if there's any that aren't worth what they're charging. I'm trying to think of some that maybe, oh, there is Essence. I don't care for that brand. There's a lot of items I've tried that I just don't like shadows that are just so dry and you get no pigment from. I wouldn't say they're not worth it necessarily, but that's one that I've had quite a few issues out of things that I have tried, would be Essence, or like the NYC, I think they call it New York Color. That brand also I have had quite some trouble with different items. So those two, just off the top of my head, are two that I have had issues with in the past. The next question I kind of covered in one of my earlier questions. Was there an influencer that inspired you to get into makeup, or did you just grow up loving it? I definitely didn't grow up loving it. I wasn't allowed to wear makeup until I was like 13, 14. So it's not something I really grew up loving. I wasn't one of those girls, you know, you hear the story that they would play with their mom's makeup all the time. That wasn't me. I would have gotten in trouble if I did that. So I grew up in kind of a strict household where I didn't grow up loving makeup, but once I did start using it, I began to like it at that point. And then when I did start watching YouTube, and like I had mentioned, you know, Marlena, Tati, Emily, and those OG YouTubers back in the day is when I really started getting into it, because I learned new techniques that I liked on myself, and then I started doing other people's makeup with those techniques and, you know, learning face shapes and things like that. So I would say I did not grow up loving it, and those three YouTubers are what comes to mind when I really started getting into it. This says, I don't like a lippy that looks chapped and feels chapped on my lips. I like something that is moisturizing yet not giving me a wet feeling. Is there such a kind of lippy, and what would you recommend to me? I honestly would love to know, because I don't want to waste money. I would actually say that if you don't like the wet feeling and you don't like the dry feeling, then you'd want to go for something that's more of like a velvet or a satin texture. So what comes to mind would be the Kylie Velvet lipsticks, or if you're looking for something more affordable, the ColourPop Velvet or Satin. I believe they call their satin lipsticks. I do have a few of the ColourPop ones, and I really enjoy those. They give almost a matte look, but not totally matte, but they're not drying at all, and they don't feel wet. They still dry down, they're just not transfer proof like a matte would be, but the mattes are gonna leave your lips more dry. So I would say go with one of the ColourPop satin lippies, or try the Kylie Velvets. And I'm just looking through the questions now. Some of them are repeats, so I'm just skipping over those that are repeats. There was one on here that was pretty cute. Why is your skin so damn flawless? And I also love your nails. Well, my nails are jacked up right now. Since we've been quarantined and everything is shut down, I had to take off the dip powder I had, which also ripped off the length on my real nails that I had, because those were my real nails with just the dip on top to kind of keep them from breaking. So that sucks. Now I'm back down to no nails, and I can't paint worth a crap, which is one of the reasons why I get my nails done. And so they look awful right now, but thank you. And my skin, I don't think it's flawless. I think that we all get blemishes from time to time, especially that time of the month. It's definitely not flawless at that time. And makeup helps, but as far as like getting it to be where you have minimal breakouts, just take care of your skin. You know, make sure you're washing it every night before bed. You're not going to sleep without makeup, especially. Using your skincare, you know, get into a routine of using the same face wash, moisturizer, serum, and eye cream, and just, you know, try out different things until you find what works for you. Next question is, I'd like to know what your top 5 K-beauty brands and products are. Well, I don't have any, unfortunately. I know I was asked to do a K-beauty product review or tutorial with some K-beauty products, but I've never gotten around to it yet. I do plan on, after this quarantine mess is over, to do that, but right now I don't have any favorites because I haven't really tried a lot. And then your recommendations to combat acne, I would say just finding a good face wash that works for you. Also using something with salicylic acid works best for me. Everyone's skin's different, but there's one by Tula. It's superfood and probiotic face wash, I believe is the name of it. That may not be the exact name, but it comes in a blue container. I will put a picture up here if I can find it so you know which one I'm talking about. But that one really helped me, so I've been using that. It's a foaming cleanser, and that's really helped a lot. And using the salicylic acid wash instead of one with the benzoyl peroxide. And then also the Mario Badescu drying lotion. I use that if I get a big pimple that I need to dry up quickly. The next question is, do you have any children? And if you do, what are their ages? No, don't have any children. Next question is, if you have a pet or would you like to have one? Do not have a pet, and at this point I don't want a pet. I had so many growing up that we had to give away, and that kind of made me steer away from them. You know, they end up passing or you're having to give them away. And it's just something that I'd rather not do. And I also personally feel like if you're going to have a pet, then you might as well have a child, because, you know, you're cleaning after them, feeding them, taking them to the doctor's appointments with the vet, and it's just not something that I want to do right now. There's a lot of upkeep for a pet, so not at this moment. And those were all your questions, guys. I enjoyed this. It's the first time doing this on my channel, so I thought it would be fun for you guys to get to know me a little better. Now, to enter the giveaway of the Fenty items and the other products I showed in the beginning is pretty simple. All you have to do is like the video, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and leave me a comment below of a type of video you would like to see from me in the future. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.